Kyle Larson has done it again, and this time it came at Denny Hamlin's expense. Hamlin was just 40 seconds away from the championship he's chased his entire career when one late caution and Larson's daring gamble changed everything. It was ruthless, heartbreaking, and unforgettable. Let's break it all down. It was Phoenix. The air was electric. The championship four, Hamlin, Larson, Byron, and Briscoe, were locked in for one final showdown. After 2 decades of near misses, heartbreaks, and stunning collapses, this was supposed to be Denny's moment. And for most of the race, it looked like it finally would be. Hamlin was dominant. From the pole, he led an eye-popping 208 of 319 laps, showing pace, precision, and poise. He wasn't just winning, he was putting on a masterclass. Then came the twist.
Easy. Okay.
Oh boy, William Byron has a tire issue and the caution is out. He was the only one of the championship four who didn't have a tire issue, Kim, and now it's struck.
With just 33 laps to go, a caution flag waved. William Byron, another contender, brought out the yellow after blowing a tire and smashing into the wall. Suddenly, what seemed like a guaranteed win became a strategy gamble. It all came down to one final pit stop. Larson and his team made a gutsy call. Just 2 fresh tires, banking on track position. Hamlin's crew played it safe with 4 tires, trusting the extra grip would let him carve his way back to the front. But with only 2 laps to go in overtime, there just wasn't enough runway. Larson restarted in 5th. Hamlin was buried in 10th. Game on. The green flag dropped, and what followed was sheer chaos. Larson, with clean air ahead and less rubber underfoot, surged. Hamlin, with arguably the faster car, couldn't make the moves stick. In just 2 laps, it was over. Ryan Blaney, not even in title contention, won the race. But Larson's 3rd-place finish was enough to crown him champion. And Hamlin, 6th place. Another dream shattered. The heartbreak was palpable. Cameras captured Hamlin sitting motionless in his car post-race, trying to process yet another gut-wrenching loss. He later spoke, his voice stripped of emotion. "We were 40 seconds away from a championship," he said, still in disbelief. "What can you do? It's just not meant to be." This wasn't just another race. This was the 6th time Hamlin had seen a title slip through his fingers. 2010, 2014, 2019, 2020, 2021, and now 2025. But this one? It felt different. He had the fastest car. He was prepared. He dominated. And yet, fate, and maybe a little bit of Larson's ruthlessness, had other plans. Larson didn't even lead a lap that day. His own season had been riddled with struggles. No wins since May, a failed Memorial Day double attempt, and a slump that had many writing him off. But when it mattered most, he didn't flinch. He made the bold move. He played the system, and he won. And he knew exactly how lucky he was. "We didn't lead a lap and won the championship," Larson said in disbelief. "We had an average car at best. It's just unbelievable. What a year by this motorsports team." For Hamlin, it's more than just bad luck. It's a pattern. The guy is a legend by every measure. Pole positions, race wins, playoff appearances. But somehow, the title always slips through. Some blame strategy. Others point to the playoff format. But at the end of the day, the scoreboard doesn't lie. And speaking of the format, Sunday's finish reignited the debate about NASCAR's overtime rules and playoff structure. How fair is it that a driver can dominate nearly 2/3 of a race, only to lose it all on a late caution completely out of his control? Hamlin's fans were fuming. Even Byron, whose tire triggered the chaos, expressed regret. "I hate that," Byron said. "I obviously didn't want to cause a caution. If I'd known the tire was going down, I would have done something different." The emotion was raw across the board. Joe Gibbs Racing was stunned. Crew members sat in silence. Some cried. Gibbs himself stood motionless, the weight of another missed opportunity etched into his face. And Larson? He celebrated with his kids, stunned but smiling. He's now a 2-time champion, adding 2025 to his 2021 crown. From the ashes of a difficult season, he pulled off one of the most shocking steals in recent NASCAR history. Even fellow drivers felt the sting on Hamlin's behalf. Blaney, the race winner, said it best. You do have to feel for that group and Denny. They had the fastest race car here. Just one of those things where it doesn't work out. But that's racing, right? It's cruel, it's chaotic, and sometimes it's just not fair. Hamlin had rented 3 houses in Scottsdale for friends and family. He came into the weekend loose, confident. For once, it seemed like everything was aligned, but the racing gods had other plans. Let's not forget, Hamlin isn't just a driver. He's a symbol of grit and resilience in NASCAR. A 44-year-old veteran with over 50 career wins, a Daytona 500 champion multiple times, and someone who has outlasted entire generations of drivers. Yet, the one accolade that still haunts him is the absence of a Cup title. What makes it sting even more is how well Hamlin had executed every detail leading up to Phoenix. His car setup was pristine, his crew was flawless, his mental game was locked in. Analysts agreed it was his race to lose. And in truth, he didn't lose it. It was taken. That's what makes the Larson win so controversial. Not because Larson did anything wrong, he didn't. But because the system allowed a driver who didn't lead a single lap to leapfrog a dominant performance due to a freak incident and a strategic coin flip. That leaves fans divided. Is this drama or injustice? After the race, fans flooded social media. Some cheered Larson's tenacity, calling it a masterclass in seizing the moment. Others demanded NASCAR rethink its playoff rules, claiming Hamlin was robbed by a broken format that rewards chaos over consistency. And Hamlin, he stood tall through it all. No excuses, no anger, just disappointment and a vow to keep going. "I'll try," he said. "But man, if you can't win that one, I don't know which one you can win."
Again.
I'll try. I got a couple more shots at it, but, man, if you can't win that one, I don't know which one you can win.
That line echoed across NASCAR circles. If not this one, then when? And that's the cruel irony. Hamlin was finally in the right place, at the right time, with the right equipment. And then, through no fault of his own, it all vanished. Larson made a bold choice, but was it ruthless? Some say yes. In a finale where sportsmanship meets strategy, Larson didn't need to wreck anyone or bend the rules. He simply outplayed the moment. He took the risk. Hamlin played it safe. And NASCAR's format rewarded aggression. In a different era, in a different setup, this race never ends the way it did. But 2025 NASCAR is built for drama. It thrives on chaos. And on this night in Phoenix, chaos crowned a champion and broke another man's spirit. There's no villain here. Byron didn't mean to blow a tire. Larson didn't sabotage Hamlin, and Hamlin didn't do anything wrong. But that's what makes this finish so painful. It wasn't anyone's fault. And yet, someone still paid the price. This is NASCAR at its rawest. Not the highlight reels or the champagne-soaked celebrations, but the tears, the what-ifs, the quiet walk back to the hauler with a heart heavier than a trophy could ever be. Denny Hamlin may not wear the crown, but after Phoenix, he wore something arguably heavier, the weight of a career defined by almosts. And Kyle Larson, he may not have been the best driver that night, but when the opportunity came, he didn't blink. And in NASCAR, that's all it takes. Heartless? Maybe. Brilliant? Absolutely. And as the engines cooled in Arizona, the history books wrote a new line. Kyle Larson, 2025 NASCAR Cup Series champion. For Hamlin, the road continues, but for now, it's Larson standing on top, and Hamlin left wondering if the stars will ever align again.